Welcome to Goosebumps. Hey guys, welcome back to R.L. Stine's Slappy Birthday to You by R.L. Stine. Now, today we're going to be listening to chapters 5 and 6. Pay close attention so you can do the activities after the 2 chapters. Let's get started with chapters 5 and 6. Ian held the dummy in his lap. Johnny leaped off the couch, bumping the peanut bowl off the table, and made a grab for it. Can I try him? No way. Ian swung the dummy out of Johnny's reach. Shut up and let my dad tell the story. Johnny muttered something and slumped back to the couch. He and his brother exchanged shoulder punches. Vinny grabbed some peanuts off the floor and shoved them into his mouth. What's the story, Dad? Ian asked. Mr. Barker reached down and turned the dummy's head from side to side. Well, someone sent Slappy to me for repair, he said. His eyes were broken and his head was coming loose, and his jacket was shredded in back. So he's a used dummy? Molly asked. Oh, I think he's had a lot of owners, her dad replied. Slappy is older than he looks. If someone sent him to you to be fixed, why did you keep him? Ian asked. That's the strange thing, Mr. Barker replied. The owner didn't send a return address. Weird, Ian muttered, shifting the dummy to his other leg. This is a valuable dummy, his dad said. I thought the owner just forgot to tell me where to send it back. So I repaired Slappy, fixed him up the best as I could, and I put him in the closet and waited. I waited a year, hoping to hear from the owner. But no. They didn't write to you? Ian asked. His dad shook his head. Vinny laughed. Maybe they didn't want him back. Maybe because he's so ugly, Johnny added. Mr. Barker scratched his head. Beats me, he said. Anyway, he's all yours, Ian. Now you can practice making him talk without moving your lips, and you can work up a good comedy act with him. Hey, thanks, Dad, Ian said. Check out his eyes. I like the way they stare at you. They're so real. Johnny jumped off the couch again, dove forward, and grabbed Slappy's arm. Come on, let me have a turn. Give me a break, Ian said. I haven't even had a turn yet. Let go, Johnny. I just want to try him, insisted Johnny. For a few seconds. Come on, you jerk. Everybody, stop calling names, Miss Barker snapped. I'm serious. Johnny pulled the dummy's arm hard. Ian held Slappy tight around the waist, so they had a short tug-of-war, till Mr. Barker stepped up to them. Let go, Johnny, he said. You're going to wreck him, and I just got him fixed up. Not fair, Johnny insisted. Just give Ian a chance, Miss Barker insisted. He'll give you a turn later, won't you, Ian? No, Ian said. Johnny clenched his hands into fists and stomped back to the couch. He grabbed some peanuts from the floor and began tossing them one by one at Ian. Ian ignored him. He raised the dummy higher on his lap and placed a hand on his back. How does it work, Dad? He asked. How do I move his mouth? Does your hand go inside here? Ian pointed to the opening in the dummy's back. Mr. Barker nodded. Ian pushed his hand into the opening, and Slappy screamed. Stop that, you fool! I'm ticklish! Chapter 6. Johnny and Vinny both cried out. Molly gasped and squeezed her hands to her face. Miss Barker's eyes went wide with surprise. Ian laughed. That was me, not the dummy. Did you really think the dummy screamed? I must be a pretty good ventriloquist. Mr. Barker patted Ian on the shoulder. Very good. That was funny. You have to find good personality for Slappy. Make him mean, Molly suggested. He has that mean grin on his face. Seriously. I hate your grin too, worm lips, the dummy cried in a high, shrill voice. Molly growled and punched Ian in the back. Hey, you said to make him mean, Ian protested. Molly rolled her eyes. You're the dummy, Ian. Hold on. I have a present for you, too, Molly, Mr. Barker said. I always give you a present on Ian's birthday, don't I? So you won't feel left out. Where's my present? Grumbled Vinny. Mr. Barker disappeared for a few minutes, then returned carrying a long box wrapped in silvery paper. He handed it to Molly, who ripped the paper off immediately. She pulled a tall, old-fashioned looking doll from the box. The doll had red hair and a pretty pink face. She was dressed in a long blue ball gown under a flowing red cape. Oh, wow, she's beautiful. It's a very old Patsy doll, her dad said. These dolls were popular in the 1930s. Perfect for your collection, I thought. Oh, thanks, Dad, Molly said. I love her. What should I name her? How about Dumbo, like you? Johnny suggested. He and his brother hee-hawed and bumped knuckles. I'm going to name her Abigail, Molly said. Abigail. I like it. That's a good old-fashioned name, Miss Barker said. Great presents, Ian said. He stood up, holding Slappy around the waist. Food time! Food time! Vinny chanted. He and his brother jumped up from the couch, and the floor was littered with peanuts. They stepped right over them. Vinny grabbed Slappy. My turn, he said. He grabbed the wooden hand and tugged. Ian tried to swing the dummy away. Let go, Vinny. Vinny gave another hard tug and pulled Slappy's hand off. You lame brain, Ian screamed, gaping at the dummy hand he held. Vinny backed away. It was an accident. You saw it. It was an accident. You're going to be in an accident, Slappy cried. You're going to crash into my fist. Vinny growled and made a move towards Ian. I didn't say it. The dummy said it, Ian exclaimed. Everyone laughed. How ridiculous. Slappy here, boys and girls. You have to hand it to Vinny. He sure knows how to ruin a birthday party. Vinny and Johnny are the kind of cousins you want to have. They're the kind of cousins you want to have 1,000 miles away. Of course, I can understand the boys fighting over me. If I weren't me, I'd fight over me too. I'm delightful. I'm lovely. I'm de-slappy. I didn't like it when Molly said I look mean. It just isn't true. I don't have a mean bone in my body. That's because I don't have any bones in my body. But listen to me, readers. I'm a nice guy. If you don't believe me, I'll punch you in the face. Anyway, I think Ian and I are going to be good friends. He waited a long time to get me. Actually, he waited 3 years, but I'm worth the wait. He first got interested in ventriloquist dolls on his 9th birthday. Let's go back in time. Let's go back to Ian's birthday 3 years ago, and you'll see how it happened. And we will find out next time how it happened. Now remember, pay close attention to the questions. Do your best writing. Always use complete sentences. All right, let's repeat. Always use complete. Let's try it again. Everybody, always use complete sentences. Thank you. Now remember, if you've liked this book, there's countless other books from R.L. Stine, all just as spooky. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll find out when Ian was first wanting a ventriloquist doll.